So you said like at first like the gang banging and stuff was fun. Mm-hmm. When did it turn serious for you? When you was like, I don't know, this shit's still fun.
When I got my shot.
What year was this?
2015. 2015. This is like.
So break down that day, like.
I did high school. I was in school. I went to Dunbar and shit. I had did school and went on the block. I'm sitting on the block. I'm sitting on the porch, and a motherfucker pulled up. When a motherfucker pulled up, I'm thinking they looking for the person what crib I'm at. But the whole time, this niggas just lurking, they sliding, they looking for somebody. But I ain't know who he was, cause they had the window was like rolled down, but they said a name. They was asking for somebody. I'm like, who you look for? I came to the car door closer. When I came to the car door closer, they just started blowing for them. And by the grace of God, only one of them bitches hit me on my hip. But I walked home. I was on 64th and Eberhard. I lived on 53rd and Calumet. That's a decent amount of blocks walking home, just bleeding. And when I got to the crib, I like fake, slightly passed out. My mom was like, what happened? I'm like, I fell. She like, ain't no fucking way in hell you fell. She took me to the hospital and that bullet was still in me and shit. That shit.
Were you bleeding crazy?
I was bleeding bad as hell.
Why didn't you want to tell your mom you got shot?
Cause I wasn't hiding my lifestyle from my mama, but I ain't want to let my mama down. You feel what I'm saying? Like my mom, I hated school. School was so boring to me, bro. But I love my mama so much. Me and my mama got a real good bond and connection. You feel me? So at that time, I'm running wild in the streets, but I ain't want to. My mama had like a cancerous tumor in her head and shit. So I'm like, me stressing my OG out to kill her type shit, you feel me? So I ain't even want to walk home. I was going to sit there and just either call the ambulance or just do whatever was going to happen because I didn't want to shock my mama like that. Like, yeah. She was pissed. That shit had her pissed off for like a whole year straight.
Were they looking for you or were they just looking for anybody?
Hell, anybody stand on that block. Mm-hmm. They getting at if you out here, you from over here. Bro.
But at that time of you getting shot, did you even think there was a possibility
that they was on my ass?
That people was getting shot around you?
I ain't never think it was gonna happen to me. Bro. I was the nigga that thought I could have my cake and eat it too type shit. Like I could do whatever the fuck I want to do. I'm invincible. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. And that shit that they ass told me so.
Yeah, so but you walked up to the car thinking it was all good. You probably knew the people in the car.
Yeah, I'm thinking this because back then, them used to take cars, steal cars. They could pull up at anything. Yeah. That could be one. You know, I was just at that point, and where we called in the turn, I was lacking. They called me lacking. Them. That shit was tough.
Was that the only time you been shot, or?
I got shot this year.
Oh yeah, you did get.
Yeah.
And that's Lasky. That's Wooski's brother.
That's Wooski's brother. Yeah.
So break that down, cause R.I.P. to him. He died, or?
Yeah, he passed away. But shit, we was at a party. We was at like a little get together. There wasn't even no party for real. We was at a get together. It was in Chicago. It was in the suburbs, in a nice ass area, neighborhood type shit.
So this was before you moved, or?
Yeah, this is right before I moved. This is right. Matter of fact,
this was like 7 months.
This was after the J Hood situation, I think. This was after the J Hood situation. I went back to Chicago. When I went back to Chicago, that's when as soon as I get back to Chicago, I went to the pod. When I go to the pod, Lowski wasn't even there at first. So we all in that bitch. I'm chilling, this hoes in there. We chilling. We just chilling in that bitch. So when he pull up, he wasn't even there for like 5 minutes, bro. When he pull up, we go downstairs and we smoking because the lady ain't want us smoking in her house upstairs. So she like go in the basement and smoke. It started getting deep as hell in there. So we downstairs smoking, I'm talking to him and shit. I was kicking it with him for the whole week. We been going to parties back to back, having fun. Like we turned type shit. But we hear commotion and shit. When we hear the commotion, we hear motherfuckers get into it. It sound like a glass broke. So now we running up there to see what's going on. As we running up there to see what's going on, it wasn't nothing but shots just ringing out. Them bitches coming from everywhere. So as them bitches coming from everywhere, he pushed me. When he pushed me, I put my hand in front of the motherfucking, in front of my face because I didn't know where them bitches was coming from. That bitch just went right across my arm. But as I'm running, I ain't even know that he was laying. He was just laying right there. I thought he was just laying right there, so wasn't no bullets hit him. But when we turn around, he was just bleeding bad. Like that shit fucked my whole. That shit fucked my year up, bro. That shit was crazy as hell. Cause folks wasn't even. He really looked like he didn't even want to come outside. He was just looking like I'm over this party and shit. Like he the mode he usually be in, he wasn't in that mode that day. It's like he felt that shit, and that's what really fucked me up. The police tried to take me to the hospital. I told their ass I didn't want to go to the hospital.
It was really just a graze the skin, so you didn't need any
my
surgery?
skin, that bit, they stitched me.
Oh.
My shit was open bad, but it wasn't no like my hip. You feel me? So I'm like, you need to get medical attention. Fuck that shit. My homie just right here. Like I don't even know where I'm at to go to no hospital. Like you feel me?
Somebody was shooting inside the party, or
Man,
like
that bitch
outside.
was coming from. I ain't gonna lie. When that shit started happening, it got like. It was all type of smoke, the gunpowder smoke. That bitch, it was just smoky as hell in there. So glad it looked like a fucking action movie, nigga. The Mr. and Mrs. Smith when they shooting them and them bitches coming from everywhere and there's shit flying. Like it was literally like that. People running around. It was more than just me and him that got hit that day. Like it was people outside shot. Next door neighbors, that shit was, I don't even know who the fuck and what the fuck, who the fuck and why the fuck.
You really never figured out why it popped
Never,
out?
still don't know to this day.
Wow.
Bro. Cause we was in there, it was a few odd niggas, you feel me? But the niggas that got into it, that shit didn't even have nothing to do with the people that, our people, like it was some outside shit that we was just in the midst of, you feel what I'm saying?
How often is that a thing where, because like half the time, you know, the streets talk, like you'll find out like, all right, you could kind of somewhat know where it's coming from. How often is it where it's like, I don't know where that came from?
It was niggas trolling it. But I didn't see them personally. They like them there personally, but it was niggas on the internet trolling it, trying to, I don't know if they was like, cause the nigga that just passed away, they was posting him and shit on Lil Squid 8 page, and they was like, he was the one trolling the situation with me and Lowski and shit, and he died, and they wanted me motherfucker to get on there and diss him and shit. I'm like, I don't even know if his ass was telling the truth or not. He could have been chasing clout, trying to get some attention. But yeah, that's when you don't know what be going on, like some shit that happened, like you don't know what's going on. Like that's why a lot of people be putting narratives together. Like people be dying and nobody really know how they died. They just be like, man, he got backdoored or a bitch set him up. They kept saying the bitch who lived there called them over there and shit. That bitch ain't even know them. She ain't even know it, nobody that was in her crib. It was one bitch that we fucked with, and we all just slid over there on her on some kicking and shit, and that bitch just turned to a party.
So was that part of the reason why you wanted to leave Chicago?
Yeah, and because I don't be taking my kids to no parks in Chicago. I don't take their ass. No, we order shit. I don't take them to the mall. Nothing, because I know how that shit can get. You feel me? And I done came out in public so many times in Chicago. I just was in Iraq for a whole month last month, and me being out there, shit just getting more treacherous. Like niggas starting to notice me from a mile away. Like I'm like, yeah, I'm finna get the fuck on before I end up having to fuck somebody up. Or somebody fuck me up, bro.
How close are you to Wooski?
That's my dog, man. That's folks be standing out the way. He be with his girl.
Was that Wooski's like blood brother?
Yeah,
same
that's his
mom
blood
and dad?
brother. Yep, that's his blood brother. He got another brother. All they ass look alike. If you looked at Lowski, you look at Lowski and then look at Wooski, they ass look like twins. He just fatter than Wooski.
So what about Big Mike? Because that's like the
Big
older
Mike is
brother.
brother too. Yeah, you talking about the one from
O-Block.
O-Block?
Yeah, you know him?
He locked up. Shit, I know.
You're about to
of
get
him.
out, right?
I know of him. Yeah, I seen he finna get out. They be fast. They be knowing motherfucker getting out. Got camera footages and shit. Yeah, I see he finna get out. I don't got really know too much to say about him. I don't really know him. Like I seen him like two or three times on the phone. I heard the little allegations and shit about him. I really don't know him though. Like I don't really got nothing, no history with him, like to say nothing. You know?
You think Wooski's gonna kill me?
He.
What? It's a fair question, right?
No,
What do you
man.
think about Adam 22 and the whole Wooski FBG?
I'm trying to
I
patch
don't
it up.
on some for real shit. I never even seen where it originated from. I just seen him always steady commenting on them motherfucker talking about Wooski vibes and shit. I'm like,
I
man,
almost
leave
made a
him
song
alone.
called Wooski
I'm gonna
Vibes.
leave him alone,
The
man.
culture's fucked up because I
You
never
know who
dropped
gonna
that
fuck
shit.
you up?
Who?
His girlfriend.
No, exactly. She's
She
the one.
the one you gotta look out for. She crazy as hell.
Well, they're coming together.
And
to
she
do
don't
the
play
interview,
about him.
ideally. We're trying to get them
Wooski
together.
be cool. Wooski be cheat. He ain't. It's her. She's so crazy. She crazy. She don't play about his ass. She don't play about. I be thinking I be
followed
texting
her,
him. It'd be her.
It'd be her, right?
She like his manager. booking manager, texting manager, kicking it manager, anything. Anywhere he go, she with him. Like he ain't going nowhere by himself.
I'm gonna blame Sean Cotton for starting it because he's the one who told Cairo that he didn't have Wooski vibes, or he said that about Cairo. He said Cairo doesn't have Wooski vibes, and then that led to Cairo mentioning that on the podcast, and then I said I don't think you want to have Wooski vibes, and then Wooski got offended by that and DM me tripping, saying all kinds of shit about my girl, whatever. Might have been his girl.
That wasn't him. That wasn't him. You gotta be quicker than that.
Right. Might
that
have
was
been
her,
his
man.
girl
Because
running the
Wooski
account.
don't care. Like on some for real shit. Wooski would probably see that shit and laugh at it. I swear to God. Like he probably didn't even get no fuck. It was her. Like, y'all got my man fucked up. That's probably that's how she come. She get into it everybody over that nigga. She don't play about him. That's who that was saying that.
You gotta respect it.
Yeah, you gotta
wish
respect.
my girl did
She
shit
go to
like
war
that.
about him.
My girl just ignores all my beef. She hates it. She doesn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, Wooski girl's the opposite.
She want all the smoke.
I feel like she's helping him stay out the way though, right?
Stand out the way in a way. Stand out the way in a way.
Real
But
question.
Wooski could be so much bigger if he really get himself do what the fans ask him to do. Like that nigga could be just drop a song and say 2 words on it. Wooski got a real fan base too. Like he could really be young boy and them be fucking with him. Herm, they be really fucking with him. Like I just feel like he need to get back out here and push himself, man.
That's one of the craziest things ever that young boy said he was driving around bumping Wooski.
When I heard that shit, I was listening to that shit back to back. I'm damn.
That's fucking
He
hilarious.
really bumping him. And folks supposed to carry that. He supposed to took that and ran with it. I would have took that shit and ran with it. Young boy done said your name.
He should have went out to Utah.
Hell yeah, to the grave digger mountain, man.
Actually, I think that the rule is that young boy can't have anybody with felonies come out there.
Oh,
so
damn.
that basically excludes like all his homies from
Everybody.
back in the day. And I assume Wooski probably too, right? I don't know.
But Herm be with him though. Herm ain't never got booked for shit.
I don't know.
He probably didn't. But folks, I done heard about the Herm, man.
I don't know.